Family, family, family. It's your man IPO Mase, and welcome back to another episode of Godly Wisdom. Listen, I've missed you, but I needed to make sure that I heard from God the message concerning your life. I needed to make sure that not only I had the clarity, but I had the message that He wanted me to deliver. Brothers and sisters, today I want to talk about being bold. Being bold. The word bold means to have the willingness to do the right thing, despite one's fears or one's obstacles. Now listen, the November 5th, 2024 presidential election was an extreme disappointment to me. It was a disappointment to me because essentially as a nation, we said that we value profits more than we do living people. We believe as a government that we should have a say over what a woman should do with her body. I don't believe that is right. Now, I want you to understand something. I come from a perspective of I'm a believer of empowerment. I consider myself a intellectual thought leader, which means I immerse myself in business, finance, emotional intelligence, spirituality. One day I want to leave generational wealth for my family and my friends. But before all of those things that I am first a believer in Christ, which means that I love people more than I do possession. Furthermore, I am a man of principle and standards. I cannot be bought, nor can I be deceived by the wrongdoings of this nation. As the Lord was ministering to me last week, because you could feel the heaviness in the atmosphere. You could feel not only the disappointment, but you could feel the lack of hope. I myself was driving in the car going to the gym. And I said, God, how long will your people be oppressed? I told him, I said, when will you stand up and rise for us? Because for the last 400 years, it has not been a pretty sight for a selection of certain people. I was being straight up with God. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. But one of the things I love about him, about God, is that not only can he take your anger and your passion, but he can minister right where he needs to, which is your heart. And he began to show me, or rather advise me that, son, you're going to have to be bold in this upcoming season. I say this because we will experience a time where wrong will be labeled right. It will be okay to threaten our senior citizens' livelihood in the form of Social Security in order to finance more violence and wars. It will be okay for big pharmaceutical companies as well as big food distributors to continue to sell us medicines and food that provide no health benefit nor any healing benefit. We would say to our women, which we essentially already have, that the government should have a say over the body that they did not create. The government is essentially saying women should be nothing more than incubators. It will be okay that no police accountability will be enforced due to the legislation that is put in place. I can't speak for you, brothers and sisters, but I can speak from my heart. Psalm 7 verses 6 through 9 says, "Arise, O Lord, in anger. Stand up against the fury of my enemies. Wake up, my God, and bring justice. Gather the nations before you and rule over them from on high. The Lord judges the nations. For you look deep within the mind and the heart, O righteous God." Beloved, what I'm telling you today is you are God's chosen instrument. The reason why you're listening to my voice at this very moment is because God himself had hand-selected you to be the leader and ambassador of change for this generation. What I want you to understand is Jesus told us in Luke 19 verses 13 to occupy until I come. The word occupy means to take space, to fill a position, to be present in a location. In other words, you are being designated a place that God is giving you, and you will need to be bold because you will be the vehicle that he uses in order to integrate his plans. You are being passed the baton, the mantle. It is your time. One of the things that I love that I'm seeing is LeBron James and his son Bronny. I love to see it because LeBron as a father understands that, okay, this is what my son wants to do. And since this is what my son wants to do, and I'm an expert at this, I'm going to nurture him. I'm going to guide him so that when I'm gone from the game, he can be successful in his position. And one of the things God is doing right now is he's grooming you to be successful for your position. Oh, you don't hear me today. Yeah, see, in the next 6 months, you are going to have to be intentional with your growth. You're going to need to begin to immerse yourself in the word. You're going to need to immerse yourself in business and finance and leadership as well as organizing. Fellas, I need you to begin to develop small groups of men so that you can build one another up. You can walk through and you can solve one another's problems and hold each other accountable for executing your dreams and your goals. Ladies, hear me and hear me close. You are powerful. The human race has been manifested from you. One of the things I love about women is a man, I'm not even going to say a man, but you can have a vision about something, but a good intellectual, a Proverbs 31 woman can give you details, can give you blueprint. She can actually manifest out what you see. To my fellas, make sure you get Miles Monroe, Power and Purpose of a Woman. It'll give you some game. But all I'm trying to tell you, beloved, is that we're going to have to be bold. Listen, you can't have a victory without having a fight. You can't have a testimony without having a test. One cannot have a journey if he does not take his first steps. You are going to have to be not only intentional, but you're going to have to be ferocious when it comes to this next upcoming season. Because listen, I won't say there's a door for you, but I'll say there's a window opening up from over you, and you're going to have to gather it. You're going to be utilized to galvanize the people. I know this is a bit heavy, and I know this may not be what you expected to hear. But listen, when will the right time be? When will it be safe for our children, for our communities? It starts with us. But you're going to have to be bold in your designated place that is being assigned to you. We're going to have to take some notes like David did before he was given the throne. We're going to have to trust like never before that although we can't see why the result of what happened last week was, we have to believe that everything not only works for our good, but will be used for a purpose. Beloved, I'm going to leave you with this. Don't grow weary. Don't give up. Be ready and prepared because the mantle has been given to you. It's IPO Mase, and it's been another episode of Godly Wisdom. Peace.